So now that it's time to start warming up here, the very first thing we're going to do is called controlled articular rotations. Yeah, they kind of look like arm or hip circles. The difference is I'm going to have you guys go nice and slow, really pushing your boundaries, and I want you guys to create a sort of radiation within your body. So the best way to do that would be starting by bracing your stomachs and making a fist. The very first things we're going to be doing now are called shoulder controlled articular rotations, or CARs. This is all part of your warm-up. You're going to repeat all these moves in sequence back to back, and then we're going to be able to start getting your heart rate up, and then you're going to be able to go into the exercises and the main workout itself. So the very first thing, like I mentioned to you, is going to be shoulder controlled articular rotations. Very first thing you're going to want to do, squeeze your belly like someone's going to punch you in the gut. You're not sucking your belly in, you're bracing your stomach like someone's going to pop you in the stomach. You're also going to squeeze your butt nice and tight from here. From here then, you're going to go nice and slow, making a fist, squeeze hard with your fist. You're not going, as you come up, you're actually going to come slightly across your body. So you're going to come up nice and high, as far as you can, up high, up high. The big thing I don't want to see is as you reach the top of the movement, I don't want to see this. Your back arcing to create that reach. That's not going to be beneficial for you. So again, squeeze your butt, squeeze your belly. From here, you're going to come up nice and high. Good. Now you're going to wave out. So bring your palm outward away from you. Nice and far. Make a huge circle, as big as you possibly can. Bring that shoulder way back, finishing so that your thumb is now facing behind you. From there, you're going to reverse that and raise it up as high as you possibly can without cheating, moving your body forward. So again, belly and butt, constantly check yourself that those things are both squeezed and braced. From here, rotate out of that, nice and slow, all the way back up to the front. You're going to repeat that 2 more times, so that way you do 3 on each arm. The next thing you're going to be doing are called hip controlled articular rotations. So you have the option to either go on all 4s or to do it standing, maybe using a balance in a doorway. Sorry for the wind, I don't know if you can hear me that well, but bear with me. So with the hip controlled articular rotations, you're going to start, like I said, on all 4s, which I'll demonstrate in a second, or you can do it standing, balancing in a doorway or on a chair, wherever you have. So you're going to begin by, again, butt and belly are squeezed. Your one leg is not locked out, but it's straight. So you have a nice little tension in your quads there. So you're going to start by bringing that leg, one leg at a time, nice and high. Try to get it above your hip bone, okay? From here, you're going to then rotate it out as far as you can. Do not let this down leg hip begin to kind of cheat and rotate open here. So you're up nice and high. You're going to rotate it out as far as you can. With that knee up nice and high now, you're up here, you're nice and high, hip out. You're going to try to keep that knee in place and try to rotate that ankle up as high as you possibly can. Sorry, I lost my balance there. Come up, out, rotate that ankle as far as you possibly can, backwards, finishing that movement right back where we started. From here then, you have to reverse that whole big circle. So you're going to go back, bringing your ankle now back, kind of behind you like this. So you're going to go back, and I'm going to imagine that I have a wall right here in front of me that I have to try to get my leg over. So I'm back, bringing that knee up to my ribs, nice and high, stepping up and over. Again, just like with your shoulders, you're going to repeat that 2 to 3 more times. So if you go nice and slow with this and you're really trying to make as big a circle as you can, you're going to feel some tension in your body build up, and you're actually going to kind of actually almost start feeling warmer and getting out of breath. The other way, like I said, you could do it is doing it off of the ground on all 4s. So if you're down on all 4s here, you're going to bring it up, out, try to bring that ankle up nice and high again, backwards, reverse that, make sure your belly's nice and squeezed, rotate out, and back. Again, I don't care if you do it standing, I don't care if you do it on all 4s, just do it nice and slow, in control, and really try to push your boundaries. Okay, the second move that we're going to do as part of your warm-up today I like to call the world's greatest stretch. So, what you're going to do is get into a plank position. For those of you that can't hold a plank position, just go from your knees. For those of you that can't go into the plank position, just watch me. You're going to get into this plank position here. You're going to bring your one leg up as high as you can. So just like this, try to keep that back leg nice and straight. For those of you that can't hold a plank, go down to a knee. That's perfectly fine. You're down here on like I said, on an almost plank position here. Uh-oh, there's a plane. From here, you are now going to bring your elbow down to your ankle as far as you can. From there, reach up high to the sky. Again, for those of you that don't or can't hold a plank, the move is the exact same. You're just down on a knee. So you're here on a knee, going to try to bring your ankle or your elbow down to your ankle and rotate up. Okay? You're going to just switch legs and keep alternating that. So my knee and feet are to the outside. I'm going to bring my ankle down or my elbow down to my ankle, rotating up high to the sky. Alternate back and forth like that. Again, 3 of these on each side. The next move that we're actually going to be doing is from a kneeling or kneeling position here. So you're going to start almost in like a hip flexor stretch position here. So a lot of people who do hip flexor stretches, they really widen out their legs and they get all stretchy and everything like that. That's not what we're looking for when we're trying to stretch our hip flexors. Your knee or your foot doesn't need to go excessively far forward for you to get that hip flexor stretch. From here, you're going to squeeze your butt. I'm talking like squeeze your butt. Squeeze your butt forward. You can see how my hips kind of gently move forward like that. From here, you're just going to have to gently rock forward. And that's really all you need for this movement. You hold that nice and tight through there. From here now, you're actually going to place your hand on your opposite knee, and you're going to turn and rotate while keeping that stretch. While keeping that stretch in your hip flexor here. So you're out here squeezing this butt, trying to face the wall behind you. Okay? So you're going to do 10 of those on each side. By this point, your hips should feel loose, your shoulders should start feeling loose, but we're going to do a few more stretches. Like I said, none of these moves you're sitting and holding for an excessive amount of time. It's just stretch, rotate, back to it, stretch, rotate, back to it. The next move I'm going to have us do here is actually called a knee tuck to straight leg. So the best way to do this, draw your knee up, and if you can, keeping your balance, go right away into a nice little straight legged deadlift there, getting a nice little hamstring stretch. For those of you that have trouble balancing, hold on to something. So now I'll pretend I'm holding on to a door frame or chair again. You're going to draw your knee up, and then you can just kind of use that for support as you get into that straight leg thing. If for some reason you don't have anything to hold on to, pretty simple fix. Draw your knee up, just straighten that leg out, get a nice little hamstring stretch that way. Again, do 10 of those on each side. The last move I'm going to have you do as part of your dynamic stretching is called a cradle. So you're just going to simply walk forward here, pull on your ankle and your knee up to your chest, up to your chest. You do 5 of these on each side. Doesn't need to be anything aggressive. You don't need to crank real hard on your ankle. You don't need to worry about anything like that. If anything, emphasize drawing your knee up to your chest to get a nice little stretch in your butt.